What's going on, everybody? Good morning, and welcome back to the channel. And I guess you could say welcome back to the great outdoors. So I am out here on my morning walk. It's probably like 7 o'clock or so right now. I was up sometime between 6 and 6:30, which is pretty normal. But if you guys have seen my latest day in the life video, which was posted a couple of months now, but there really hasn't been a lot that has changed in that morning routine. I'm still waking up and I'm still starting every morning with a walk anywhere between 4,000 and 6,000 steps. Really just kind of depends on the day and depends on the weather. I'm still starting off every day with about a liter of water. I've almost got this finished off. And then the sun is not really out that much too much right now. It's starting to poke out, but those are the three things that I like to start every morning with: water, movement, and sunlight. And that's kind of been the case for the past 6 months. I mean, a long time that this has kind of been my morning routine. So anyways, we are not here to do a day in the life video today, even though I'm sure there will be some day in the life stuff that's like intermixed with this. I wanted to do a full day of eating video today. You guys seem to like those and I enjoy making those, and it's been a long time since I've made a full day of eating video, so I kind of wanted to give you guys a little updated one. So that is going to be what we will do today. Today is a training day, so my calories are going to be somewhere between like 24 and 2,500. That's pretty normal for training days right now. So I'm going to be taking you guys through every single one of the meals. But before we get into that, I want to give you guys a little like context or a little background with what is going on. So today is Thursday. Yes, Thursday. So this coming Saturday, I will be 20 weeks out of one of the shows that I have my eyes on. If you guys haven't seen my latest training video, then I would go check that out. It's called like blank days out or something like that. I kind of briefly touched on my competition plans in there. I have two shows that I have my eye on right now. One is 20 weeks out and one is 24 weeks out. Which one of those shows I do is largely going to depend on how long it takes me to get in shape. As of this morning, I was 193 point something pounds, which is 37 pounds down since the beginning of the year. I started this year off in January of 2023 at 230, 230.0 actually, so exactly 230 pounds even. And as I said this morning, I was 193, so about 37 pounds down. A couple days ago, over this past weekend, I actually hit 191, so that was 39 pounds down. So 193 is not a new low for me, but it is, you know, getting close to that. And my weekly averages are the lowest that they've ever been. So body weight is trending down. I would love to hit the 190 pound mark, only because 190 pounds signals 40 pounds. I'm kind of taking this in like 10 pound increments. So 190 pounds kind of is the next increment, so to say, and that will mark 40 pounds down since the beginning of the year. Like I said, I'm 193. I hit 191 a couple of days ago, so you know I would predict that I'll probably hit 190 sometime either within this week or like early next week. That would be the goal. So at the moment, you know, kind of happy with the weight loss. 35 to 40 pounds is a good amount. But if I'm being honest, I still feel like I probably have another like 20 to 25 to go. And like I said earlier, I only have 20 to 24 weeks to get it done. So there really isn't a whole lot of time for me to pull back on the gas, so to say, and hit the brakes. I feel like I really just kind of need to keep pushing with the fat loss. And then maybe slow things down towards the end of the prep, but we'll just have to see how that goes. You know, when I had originally set out to do this, the original goal was to get a good chunk of fat off towards the beginning of the year, and then kind of take like a diet break towards the middle of the year, and then start prep from there. We'll see if that diet break phase actually happens, because like I said, right now I'm kind of just paranoid, for lack of a better word, that I'm not going to be in shape. So I'm kind of just pushing the pedal to the metal and kind of just trying to get all of that stuff done. So that's a little bit of the context in terms of where I'm at with my nutrition. But I don't want to get too carried away here in the intro because I will probably talk a lot today. This is going to be obviously a full day of eating, but I'll probably have some like day in the life and rant or rambling type of stuff that's thrown in here. This will probably be a bit of a longer video. So anyways, for the meantime, I want to finish up my morning walk and I want to get this water in me. And then I will meet up with you guys in the kitchen for my first meal. Today is, like I said, Thursday, so today is a work day for me. I have my clients checking in with me Monday through Friday. So today is a busy morning with work. Based off of what I've seen so far, I have a decent amount of work to do this morning. And then we'll train later, and then we'll show you guys all the meals and supplements and everything in between. But for now, I got to get this walk finished. I got to get these steps knocked out. And I'll catch up with you guys in the kitchen in a little bit here for the first meal. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I know that full day of eating videos generally do pretty good on my channel, and it seems like you guys seem to enjoy those, and I like to make them. So hopefully this is a win-win for everybody. Well, I'll see you guys in the kitchen here in a little bit. So we're back from the morning walk. I got about, I don't know if that'll show up. It's about 5,500 steps knocked out there. Right now I'm trying to average about 10,000 per day. So that's kind of like one of my main goals with the morning walk, is to try and get a good chunk of those knocked out early in the day. It's starting to get a little bit warmer. We're getting into June and July now, so doing the steps in the afternoon when it's really hot and the sun is overhead, like, actually really kind of sucks. And also, I just feel better about getting a good chunk of my steps knocked out early in the day, so that later in the afternoon I don't have to do as many. By the time that I train and get home from training, I'll probably be somewhere between like 7,000 and 8,000. And then I'll knock out another little walk typically after training, and then that is pretty much it for the most part. Everything else that I get on top of that is just extra. So obviously we're in the kitchen and it's time for the first meal. So my first meal is a pretty stereotypical, I guess you could say, bodybuilder meal. So I've got oats, whey, fruit, blueberries, and then I use some milk as well. This meal is kind of like versatile for me, I guess you could say. I could either cook this meal, like actually cook the oats and the milk and then mix in the protein and the fruit, or I could blend it and drink it into a smoothie, and that is what I end up doing, I would say, most days. Definitely Monday through Friday, definitely when I'm working, because I do my client check-in work like right away in the morning. And it's just easy for me to drink this as I'm doing that, and I'm not really hungry in the morning at all. You know, I'll talk about this later, but I'm not really hungry in general during this cut yet, which is really strange. I'm almost 40 pounds down and I still don't really have super strong hunger cravings, so that's pretty good. But especially in the morning, I'm not very hungry at all, so I'm pretty much always blending this and drinking it, at least as of late. So I'm about to give you guys a game-changing tip for those of you guys who do smoothies and shakes, especially if you do smoothies and shakes with oats. If you guys have ever done oats in the blender and then done like a shake, you'll notice that like towards the end of the shake, the oats get really clumpy towards the bottom, and you almost need like a spoon to eat the oats out. So I'm going to give you guys a little tip that will help with that, and that is to blend the oats before you blend the smoothie. So I have 75, where's the camera? I've got 75 grams of oats in there, and I have not done anything to these yet. So blend these before you add in any fluid. I'll show you what that looks like. You basically turn the oats into oat flour, and it will dissolve a lot better in the shake. Okay, hopefully it's easy to see the difference, but the oats have basically turned into like oat flour. They're ground into like a really fine like dust or powder, basically. And do that before you add in any fluid or anything. Like I said, that'll just make these dissolve quite a bit better. But once that's done, then it's time to add the other stuff. So we're going to do 100 grams of blueberries. Really like blueberries, not only for the taste, but also for the fiber and everything there. Really helping with my digestion and just kind of keeping me feeling full and satisfied. So 100 grams of blueberries. I put in way too many, so we gotta dig some out. Okay, 100 grams. Next is the protein powder. I only use 1 scoop of protein powder, and I'm sure that you guys can probably see up there. I've got a lot of different protein powders, and then even in the top row all the way up there, I've got some extra tubs of protein. I'm sure some of you guys know that I used to work at a GNC, and I'm still pretty close with a lot of the people that work there and the owner of the store, and they still kind of hook me up with stuff. So I've got some tubs of protein and stuff up here that I've gotten fairly cheap. And this one in particular, this is actually expired. It expired in February of this year, but the owner asked if I wanted it, and when someone offers you a 10-pound bag of protein for free, you don't turn it down. So this is it's just GNC brand Gold Series 100% protein. It's basically GNC's version of Optimum Nutrition's Gold Standard. This is a mixture between whey concentrate, whey isolate, and then it also has some hydrolyzed whey in there, and it also has a digestive enzyme. So I typically don't digest whey concentrates too well, but this particular one does not bloat me at all. This is a vanilla flavor. I'll be honest, I've had better tasting vanilla proteins, but like I said, when someone gives you 10 pounds of protein for free, you don't turn it down. I probably won't have to buy protein for the rest of the year, thanks to the guys over there at GNC Bloomingdale. So anyways, only 1 scoop, 1 serving of this. I don't really go too heavy on the protein powders. So this is 30 grams of protein powder, which is 24 grams of protein. So we'll just get that in there. 30 grams. And then the final ingredient will be milk. So this is not almond milk or anything. This is real milk, cow's milk. This is the lactose-free milk. I do buy the Walmart version because it's cheaper than the Fairlife version and you get more of it in there. If you guys watch my full day of eating video, in the peak bulk, I was drinking a lot of whole milk just for the extra calories. I am drinking fat-free milk now just to cut back on the calories, but I still think that it is important to include dairy within my diet, even though my calories are somewhat limited right now, just simply for the casein protein, being one part of that, and then also the calcium. I don't really have a lot of other dairy products within my daily diet, so this is kind of my main source of calcium right now. When I get to the point where calories are really low, I'll probably replace this with like an almond milk or a cashew milk or something. But for now, I'm still using regular milk, although it is fat-free milk. So I do one cup of this, which is 240 milliliters, which is equivalent to 240 grams. So we'll get that on there. 240 on the dot. And that's it. Pretty simple and straightforward from there. We're just going to give this a blend now. And that's that. There we are. Meal 1, 75 grams of oats, 1 scoop of whey protein, 1 cup of fat-free milk, and then 100 grams of blueberries. I'm going to drink this while I'm working on my check-in work, and then I will see you guys for the second meal, which will be pre-training. So I have this, and then I have another meal before I train. And I will catch up with you guys for that one. Okay, before I get into my check-ins and everything, I just wanted to take a second to show you guys how ghetto our apartment looks right now. So this is our living room. We live in a one-bedroom apartment, and let me kind of get in the corner. You guys can probably see that my desk for all my check-in work is up in the corner of our living room right now. On my last full day of eating video, my desk was in here in the bedroom. You can see that the door is closed. A lot has changed since then. My girlfriend took a new job where she is also working from home. So her desk or office is in the bedroom over there. And mine got moved out here to the living room, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, it sucks. But obviously we've kind of like outgrown our one bedroom apartment pretty quickly. It was just last week that she moved into that bedroom over there. So we're kind of in the earlier stages of trying to find a new place to live. A one bedroom apartment was a perfect place for us, but now that we're both working from home and our home is also our workplace, we kind of need at least like a two bedroom place. So this is kind of the ghetto check-in setup. Where with, you know, main living room TV here and everything, and then my office up there in the corner. So, like I said, it kind of sucks, but our lease is up in October, and it's June. So I can do it for a couple of months, but, you know, in a couple of months, I'm probably going to be sick and tired of doing this work in my living room, basically. Okay, so I just finished up my check-ins, and now it's time for meal 2. Which is also like pre-training meal. I'm about to head out and train here. So it's been about 2.5 hours or so, between 2 to 2.5 hours since I had my first meal, which was the oats and the whey and everything. Thursday is a little shorter of a check-in day for me right now. So I only have 4 check-ins on Thursdays at the moment. So that's about 2 hours worth of work. You know, I typically figure each check-in takes me about half hour or so to do. That's on average. You know, some check-ins take me 20 minutes and some take me an hour. You know, it literally just depends on how much film I have to go over and how much feedback the client gives me. So on average, it's about half an hour for each check-in. So about 2-ish hours of work there, maybe a little bit more. And now, like I said, it's time to get second meal in and go train. So my second meal, some people may not consider this a meal, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a meal, I will have some fruit. As of late, it's always been oranges. And I'll kind of go back and forth between, like, these are the cuties, right? Those little tiny oranges. I'll either have 2 of those or I'll have 1 regular size orange. I really like the Cara oranges lately. If you guys haven't had those, then I would strongly suggest that you try those. They're way juicier and way sweeter than the normal orange. So this is about 15 to 20 grams of carbs, like nothing, you know, massive, but it is a little something before training. And then as far as the protein, I'm going to have this shake here, and I'm going to have this on the way to the gym. So what is in this? So before I kind of get into what is in the shake, real quickly, I kind of want to talk about muscle protein synthesis, because this conversation will tie into what is in the shaker bottle there. So muscle protein synthesis. What is muscle protein synthesis? Why is it something that we should be concerned about? So amongst many reasons, I would say the main reason why we eat dietary protein is to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. As the name implies, muscle protein synthesis is a biological phrase or whatever that's kind of used to determine the process of building new muscle tissue. When we eat dietary protein, the dietary protein stimulates muscle protein synthesis, and muscle protein synthesis is basically the biological events that the body goes through in order to start the muscle repair and the muscle growth process. So I want you guys to think about muscle protein synthesis as kind of like a light switch, but not a traditional light switch, more of like a dimmer. So what do I mean by that? When you think about a traditional light switch, it really only has like 2 phases, right? It's 100% on or it's 100% off. Imagine that my finger is a light switch. 100% on, 100% off. With a slider, like, you know, one of those sliding light switches, you can kind of adjust the light. So it's not 100% on and 100% off. You can turn the lights on at 50%, 25%, fucking 64%, whatever. Like you can adjust that. And I want you guys to think about muscle protein synthesis as the second option there. It's a slider. We can stimulate muscle protein synthesis through eating protein, and honestly, we can even stimulate muscle protein synthesis to some degree by eating carbs and fats. So it's not one of those things where muscle protein synthesis is either 100% on or it's 100% off. We can have muscle protein synthesis stimulated, not at 100% though, just depending on what it is that we eat. However, from a muscle growth perspective, obviously our main goal should be to stimulate muscle protein synthesis fully every time that we do that, because the more that we can stimulate muscle protein synthesis, the better our odds are of growing, basically, in a nutshell. So how do we stimulate muscle protein synthesis maximally? There are three things that we need to do in order to make sure that that happens. The first is that we need to have 20 grams of protein minimum in order to fully stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Within those 20 grams of protein, we must have all 20 amino acids present. Now, there are 20 amino acids that we have. 9 of them are considered essential amino acids, and the other 11 are considered non-essential. We can stimulate muscle protein synthesis with only the presence of essential amino acids, but in order to maximally stimulate muscle protein synthesis and optimally stimulate it, we need to have both the essential and the non-essential amino acids present at that time. So how do we get the, you can get the essential amino acids obviously through your food, through essential amino acid supplements, but how do we get the other 11? And that is through complete proteins. And then the third thing that we need to do on top of having 20 grams of protein and having all 20 amino acids present is we need to have 2.5 grams or more of leucine. Leucine is one of the essential amino acids and branched chain amino acids that's mainly responsible for triggering mTOR, M-T-O-R, which is basically the main driver of muscle protein synthesis. So all three of those things need to be achieved. 20 grams of protein, all 20 amino acids present, and then 2.5 grams of leucine. So what does that have to do with the shake? Like how does that tie into the shake? Because a lot of times around the workout and everything, I will see people taking EAA supplements, and I think that those have merit, but I think the issue is that a lot of people are just straight up not taking enough essential amino acids. So like I said, in order to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, one of the criteria is that we need to have 20 grams of protein. And if you're only taking 5, 7, 10 grams of essential amino acids during your training, yes, the essential amino acids are present, and yes, you're probably getting enough leucine, but there isn't enough total protein available in order to maximally stimulate muscle protein synthesis. So this is what I use to kind of maximally stimulate protein synthesis, and that is what you'll see in here. So the first thing that is in here is 1 scoop or 1 serving of this clear whey. Clear whey has become a lot more popular as of late. It's basically just a whey isolate that mixes in a different texture and a different taste. This is the Arctic, I hope you can see this. This is the Arctic Cherry Blast flavor. So this is a different texture and it's a different flavor than a regular protein, right? Like most of these protein powders are chocolate, vanilla, and they also have like a milkshake type of texture. This is like a juice. Like the texture is way different and the flavor is way different. This is like a juice. This contains, let me see, 22 grams of protein per serving, and then this may be hard to tell, but they have a digestive enzyme that's mixed in there as well. I really appreciate that. So why do I use this? Because, as I said earlier, we need to have at least 20 grams of protein. This has 22 grams of protein, so that box gets checked. And then we need to have all 20 amino acids present. That is the essential amino acids and the non-essential amino acids. I mentioned earlier that to get the non-essential amino acids, we need to consume complete proteins, which would be what this is. So this ticks those first 2 boxes. 20 grams of protein, check, and then all 20 amino acids present, check. Now, I don't know how much leucine is in this, but it's probably not 2.5 grams or more. And so just to be on the safe side, I will add in some extra EAAs on top of that. This particular one is the Grind from Accent Sledge, and this is their Freedom flavor, which is basically like cherry and lime and blue raspberry. This flavor mixes really good with the cherry protein. So there's 7.5 grams of EAAs inside of this. And 2.5 grams of leucine. You know, Seth Feroci's company is a very reputable company, so I do trust that that is actually in here. And this also has some electrolytes and stuff there together. So these two stacked together, 1 scoop of this clear whey and 1 serving of these EAAs, gives me everything that I need in order to maximally stimulate muscle protein synthesis. 20 grams of protein, check. We have 30. 22 plus the 7.5 is 29.5. So we've got about 30 grams of protein here. We have all essential and non-essential amino acids present. We get the essential amino acids from the EAA supplement, and we get the non-essential amino acids from the complete protein. And then we have at least 2.5 grams of leucine available. Again, there's 2.5 grams in this, and then there's probably 1 to 2 grams that are in this as well. So all 3 criteria that need to get hit in order to maximally stimulate muscle protein synthesis get hit in this shake with 2 products, EAAs and a scoop of protein. So this is what I will drink on the way to the gym. This is incredibly easy to digest, so I can literally drink this in the parking lot of the gym and then go train, and I don't even feel like it's in there. On top of this, I have some creatine that's mixed in there, and then I have some 2 grams of salt, and then I have 2 grams of no salt, which is 1,000 milligrams of sodium and 1,000 milligrams of potassium. So that's what my pre-workout meal is it's 1 scoop of clear whey with 7.5 grams of EAAs, and then I have some creatine, sodium, and potassium in here. Those obviously don't have caloric value. And then on top of that, I will have this fruit. So I will eat this fruit. As soon as I finish the fruit, I will head out to the gym. On the way to the gym, I will be drinking this on the way to the gym, and I will have this whole thing gone by the time I get to the gym. And that will be my second meal. I guess you could call this my pre-workout meal. You're probably looking at around 15 to 20 grams of carbs and about 30 grams of protein in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in and then get to the gym. I'm going to finish getting my caffeine in me right now. I've got a Killa OJ Bucked Up Energy. Going to get this in and then go train. I've got a pull session today at a low volume. I'm kind of deloading right now, so I'm dropping my volume down. So it's going to be a baseline volume pull session. If I was doing like a full volume session, particularly on legs, I may also add 25 grams of Gatorade powder around the workout. And the way that I would do that is I would drink this shake on the way to the gym. And then when I started the workout, I would put 25 grams of Gatorade powder in this, and then I would fill it up with water. And I would drink the Gatorade powder throughout the workout just to kind of help keep my blood sugar levels a little bit higher. But since today is like a baseline volume workout, I'll be in and out today in like 45 minutes. So I don't really need the Gatorade to kind of keep me going. But on like a long back day or a long leg day, depending on where my calories are, I may also add in some Gatorade powder on top of this, but I'm not doing that today. So again, gonna go ahead, get this in, go train, and then I will meet up with you guys for the third meal, which will be the post-training meal. What's up, everybody? Back from the gym, and now it's time for meal 3. You'll see that I'm still in the car. I'm actually in the parking lot of my apartment complex, so I'll get to that in a second. Today's workout went really good. Like I said, just a baseline volume, 1 set per exercise pull day. Really happy with the logbook numbers and pretty happy with how I felt. I've got a rest day tomorrow and then another rock bottom leg session on Saturday. Today's Thursday. And then I'll have another rest day on Sunday because Sunday is Father's Day and I'm going home to be with my family for that. And then by Monday, I should be good to go back to full volume and really kind of kickstart this prep. So pretty excited about that. Anyways, so on to the meal real quick while I'm in the car. So it's like 2:30-ish in the afternoon right now. It is hot in the suburbs today. It's like 80 something, and it's pretty humid. I don't know the percentage humidity off the top of my head, but it's very, very hot. I'm sure you guys can tell this hoodie is soaked, and I had a black t-shirt on underneath this, and you should see that thing. It's absolutely disgusting. It's in my trunk right now. But I am at about 70, I hope this picks up, 7,200 steps. So again, I'm trying to average about 10,000 steps per day. What I've been doing lately when I get home from training like this is just, I'm in the parking lot of my apartment complex right now. And that park, that nature preserve that I walk through is literally like in the parking lot of my apartment complex. It's literally right in our backyard. So what I've been doing lately is I get home from the gym, and before I even go inside, I just walk straight over to the forest preserve here, nature preserve, whatever, and I just go on another walk. I'm already sweating my ass off and it's already super hot, so I may as well just go sweat some more and go ahead and get the steps knocked out, so then when I can come in and I can shower, and then as far as steps, like my day is over. I'll probably have 10,000 today by the time 3 o'clock rolls around, 4 o'clock, which would be awesome. And then obviously I'll probably end today a little bit higher because I'll have to take the dog out at least once more. So anyways, this is a full day of eating. So like I said, it's been about 2 to 2.5 hours or so since I had that shake, my pre-workout shake, and my fruit. And by the time I finish this walk, it's probably by the time I finish the walk and take a shower and then sit down to eat again, it's probably going to be about another hour or so until I get to eat. So I do find that I will get a little bit hungry on this walk sometimes. So what I've been doing as of late for my post-workout meal, I don't even know if you guys consider this a meal, but this is literally just 1 scoop of protein powder. It's the same exact protein powder that I had in my first meal with the breakfast. So I just put 1 scoop of protein powder in here, and then I have another 2 grams of salt and another 2 grams of no salt for another 1,000 milligrams of sodium and potassium. So it is kind of like a salty protein shake. Some of you guys may think that that's gross, but honestly, I don't even care. Like bodybuilding has just gotten to the point for me where I just, like, as long as it doesn't taste like absolute dog shit, I don't even fucking care like what it tastes like. I'm just mix it all together. Let's just make it as easy as we can do it and just get it in. So I know that may be weird to some of you guys, have a salty protein shake, but as you can see, I just sweat my ass off. While I have it on my mind, I want to give you guys a quick tip about hydration and stuff, especially now as we're getting into the summer months. I'm having a lot of clients who are messaging me about cramping and everything. Stay on top of your hydration, especially around the training window. And hydration is more than just water. It's more than that. So, on the way to the gym, I had a full shaker of this. This is probably 18 ounces to 20 ounces or so when it's filled all the way up to the top. And I was deliberate about drinking that on the way to the gym. I wasn't like sipping that through the workout. I drank that from start to finish within like 10 minutes. It takes me anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to get to the gym. It depends if I have to stop for a train or not, because I have to go through a train station. Depends if I have to stop for the train or not, but it takes me anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to get to the gym. So I drank 20 ounces of water in like 5 to 10 minutes. Very, very deliberate about getting that in. Inside that water had 1,000 milligrams of sodium and 1,000 milligrams of potassium. During the workout, I drank a full one of these, which is this is a 1 liter bottle. So I drank a full liter of water during the workout. Before I left the gym, I filled this shaker up all the way to the top, and on the way home, you can see I've already drank about half of it. And then then I'm gonna obviously finish this, and then I'm gonna have another probably, let's say, 16 ounces of water that's in the shake. So between pre-workout, intra-workout, and then post-workout, you're looking at 3 liters of water or more, and that's just around the workout window. I honestly do this all the time, regardless of what season it's in, but it is especially important as we're getting into the summer months and it's starting to get hot and humid and we're sweating more. And when we sweat, we lose more than just water. We lose minerals and we lose electrolytes and we lose a lot of those things. So that's why I do a lot of sodium and potassium and stuff, not only on my meals, like we'll see with my next meal, I put salt and potassium on the food itself, but even with my like shakes and around the window, especially in my shakes and around the window, because that's when it's most important. That's when I'm going to be sweating the most, and that's when there's going to be the most fluid loss. So take that to heart, guys. Seriously, not only will cramping like kill your workouts, like it's also fucking not good for you, and it's your body like screaming to you like, hey man, you're fucking dehydrated, like hydrate yourself. So be on top of that stuff around the workout. Like I know a lot of people struggle to get their water in and stuff, but if there's any time where it's non-negotiable to get your workout in, it's pre, during, and post-workout. Like you guys have to be on top of that. And if you can be on top of it outside of that, then that's obviously gravy. That would be ideal. But if there's any time where you're on top of your water, it's around the training window. So I'm going to drink this shake while I am on this walk here, get the steps knocked out, and then I'll come inside and I'll pose. So after training today, I did 2 rounds of posing, and I'll probably do another 1 to 2 rounds before I take a shower. Again, at that point, I'm already been sweating my ass off, so I may as well just get all my like hard physical shit done so I can just sweat it all out or whatever, and then not have to take multiple showers throughout the day. I sweat like crazy, but I don't want to go off on too much on a side tangent on this, but I mentioned in my full day of eating video or on my last training video that I've been practicing my posing quite a bit more, and I've actually been falling in love with that part of the process quite a bit more. It was kind of discouraging at the beginning because I knew absolutely nothing. I was a complete beginner, and that can be kind of discouraging in the sense of like, holy shit, I have a long ways to go. But at the same time, something that's really good about being a complete beginner at something is that you can make very rapid progress very quickly, and that's kind of what I've noticed with the posing. It also helps that I've been very consistent with it. I would say over the course of the last like 6 to 7 weeks, there's only been probably 3 or 4 days where I haven't posed at least once. So I have been very consistent with it. That obviously helps with getting better at it. But at the same time, like, you know, you ask people and watch videos and you learn these little teeny tiny things, and it just makes a massive, massive difference off the bat. So already 2 rounds of posing down and another 1 to 2 to come up. And I'm, like I said, about 20 weeks out, so I can only foresee that increasing as the prep goes on. But anyways, I want to get this shake in me because I'm starting to feel the hunger, and I want to get these steps knocked out because I am sweating bad, and I want to take a shower ASAP. So I'll get this in, and then I will catch up with you guys for the the 4th meal. It depends if you consider this a meal. The 4th meal, 4th protein feeding of the day. And that will be my first like actual solid food meal. So catch you guys then. Okay, we are back from the walk. Right now I have 10,700 steps. So step goal is done for the day. It's about 330-ish or so. So that is great. Glad that is done and over with. I literally finished filming the clip before this of the shake, or of the shake. I finished filming, I literally drank the shake in like 10 seconds, and then I went for a walk, drank the rest of that water. I got more water here that has like a Gatorade Zero packet in it, so just still focused on rehydrating and everything. So it's been about an hour, I would say, since I've had that scoop of protein, and now it's, you know, time to eat. This is my 4th meal of the day, and this is my first solid food meal. So this is definitely my favorite meal of the day right now. So this is 6 ounces of round steak, measured raw prior to cooking. So 6 ounces of raw steak 100 grams of rice. Again, that's raw weight. It's about 80 grams of carbs. Salt, pepper, and potassium, no salt on there. I don't weigh those on my food, but it's probably about 3 to 4 grams of each. I'm definitely not shy of using it. And then I have a tablespoon of soy sauce on there. I do weigh that, and I do track the macros in that. And then with this, I have 100 grams of pineapple. This is frozen pineapple that I put in here last night, and then I leave it in the fridge, so it's really, really cold. When I eat it, that's how I prefer to eat it, and I hope this picks it up, but there's some juice and stuff in there because it's thawed, and this just hits the spot after a workout for whatever reason. I just love having pineapple after I train. I know it's a weird one, but I just really enjoy that. While I am eating this, I'll try and show you guys what I'm going to be watching. So those of you guys who have been like OG followers know that I used to be a competitive gamer, and this weekend is COD Champs, which is like the world championship, I guess, like, you know, the highest level of competition tournament of the year. So that's going on. Today's the first day. It's Thursday. I'm going to have that going on while I'm eating this, and then after I eat this, I've got some content to post and edit, and then I will catch up with you guys for the next meal, which will be meal number 5 for the day.
This year knew he would be the speed jumper. He has stepped up in a big way. And Morty, that they need that, but a BZ getting cheesy. 3 in a row for him, 7 and 3 star. This is a 10-point advantage right now for them, I think.
Okay, we have a change of plans for meal 5. So we are actually going to go out to eat tonight. Meal 5 is supposed to be the exact same thing basically as the meal that I ate beforehand, but instead of beef, it's 6 ounces of chicken, 100 grams of rice, and then instead of 100 grams of pineapple, I have 100 grams of apple. So applesauce is what I use, Trader Joe's unsweetened applesauce, and the only ingredient in that is apples. So that's supposed to be the meal, but instead we are going to be going out to eat, like I said. So I will show you guys what I get when we go out, and then we will talk about it when we get back, because I think that this is going to be a good opportunity for me to kind of give you some tips on how to eat out and, you know, be able to have a social life while at the same time like being committed to your goals and hitting your goals and hitting your numbers and everything there while still being able to have some fun. So I'll show you what I get, and then we'll talk about it a little bit later tonight once we get back. Okay, what's up guys? We are back from the restaurant and back from the 5th meal. So today was obviously a little different. We ended up going out to eat tonight. So I think that this is a good opportunity for me to kind of give you some tips as to how I manage that and kind of how I like to go about doing that. But before I get into that, I want to like really quickly like take a weird left turn and talk about something that has nothing to do with bodybuilding, and that is motorcycles and motorcycle driving. So on the way to the restaurant tonight and on the way to the grocery store, we ended up coming across like the aftermath of a motorcycle accident. So there was a motorcyclist probably 50 yards, 150 feet or so away from us, like laying in the middle of the street. Like the accident had literally just happened, I guess, before we got there. The bike looked in bad shape, and the guy didn't look like he was in good shape either. There were paramedics there, and it looked like they were giving CPR on him. And so we turned around and we went a different way to the restaurant. And then after the restaurant, we went to the grocery store. And then, by the time that we came back home from that, it had been almost like 2 hours since we had originally come across the guy, and they still had the road shut down and everything. So my presumption is that it probably was not very good. So for whatever reason, again, I know that this is strange, but this has just kind of like been on my mind ever since we witnessed that. So if any of you guys are motorcyclists and you guys like riding your motorcycles, please stay safe, wear your helmets. I know that's kind of like a super like cliche thing to say, and I'm sure you guys have probably heard that tens of thousands of times, but you know, we didn't witness the accident, but kind of just witnessing the aftermath and kind of just, you know, looking at that guy just laying there in the street is strange. Strange, I don't know if that's the right word, but there's, you know, a lot of different emotions that go into that. So just feeling a lot of different things right now. So for whatever reason, I just felt it was appropriate to address that. But anyways, I obviously don't want to turn this into like a somber note or anything. Let's talk about the eating out. So first things first, we ate out at a place called The Patio. This is a place that we eat out at very, very regularly. They have a really wide variety in the menu, and a lot of their food choices are relatively clean. What I ordered tonight is the chicken kebab, and I'll try and overlay like a picture or something of it here. It is grilled chicken with onions and peppers on skewers, and then it comes with some rice, and then it comes with a pita bread. And then there is like a lemon butter sauce or something that they put on top of that. So this, like I said, is a place that we go very, very frequently. I mean, sometimes we go here every week. We definitely go here at least 2 to 3 times per month. So there has also been plenty of times before where we have ordered this and maybe we've brought it home, like for takeout, or maybe we've ordered it and my girlfriend hasn't finished it and we've ended up bringing it home. And I've actually weighed out like the measurements of the food. And every single time that I have weighed it, it is very consistent with the amounts of everything. So it's anywhere between 10 and 11 ounces of chicken. The pita bread is about a 40 carb pita. I have seen pita breads in the grocery store that are about the same size and they're around 40 grams of carbs. And I have ordered pita bread from restaurants that have their nutritional facts available online, and it matches what those are. So it's about a 40 gram of carb pita, and then it's about 40-ish grams of carbs from rice. And then tonight they had about 2 tablespoons of the lemon butter on there. I've been there at times where it looks like they don't even use the lemon butter. There's been times I've been there where it looks like they use like 3 or 4 tablespoons on it. It all just kind of depends. Tonight was a 2 tablespoon night. But how do I go about doing that? So honestly, guys, it's very, very simple. You know, when I started off in the gym and my weight loss journey with my nutrition and everything, I started off like tracking my macros very freely on MyFitnessPal. So that is still something that I do. I do follow a meal plan, but even though I do follow a meal plan, I typically have my meal plan like laid out in my MyFitnessPal account. Even though I'm eating the same things every day, like sometimes I may use different condiments. So there are little things that change within the diet. So I still fill out my MyFitnessPal every day. Like literally before I go to bed tonight, I will set out my MyFitnessPal for tomorrow. I will pre-plan in advance what it is that I am going to eat. I always do that. I plan out ahead what it is that I'm going to eat. And then as far as tonight, when all of a sudden it gets sprung on me like, hey, do you want to go out to eat? All that I do is I go through my MyFitnessPal and I have the food that I've already eaten, obviously, and then I delete all of the foods that I have not yet eaten but had planned to eat, and then I just track the existing food that it is that we go out to eat. So, there's a lot of debate and a lot of discussion about flexible dieting and following like a meal plan type of approach. And I found over the course of the past year, both when dieting and when bulking, that I've made my best progress when I've kind of been somewhere in the middle, where I kind of follow like an 85-15 or a 90-10 type of split, where 90% of the things that I eat is like a meal plan every day. But every once in a while, if we want to go out to eat or something, then we can allow that to happen as long as I can fit it within my macros. Now, there will come a time within the contest prep timeline where that will be completely eliminated out. And not for fat loss purposes necessarily, but simply because of like digestive purposes and water retention purposes. Obviously, I have a very, very good idea of the macros that I ate tonight. Like I said before, I've ordered this many times and at home, and I've weighed it before, so I'm very confident that I know what the macros are in this. But there's going to be other factors. The amount of sodium in there could have me holding more water tomorrow. I could have some digestive distress from the peppers and onions and some of the lemon butter, like who knows. So there are little teeny tiny variables in there that have nothing to do with the macros that could affect the scale weight and affect how the physique looks. So there will come a point in the prep where I will stop doing that, just simply for consistency's sake and just keeping my digestion operating smooth and keeping the look and everything consistent. But as far as where I'm at right now, I like I said, I've eaten this meal all the time in my whole off season. It was a staple off season meal for me. It's been a staple meal up until this point. And I feel very confident in eating out with this and being confident that I know what the macros are and knowing that they fit within what I am allowed to eat. Like I said, even though I know that I have that down, I will at some point eliminate that. But right now, I still am allowing myself some flexibility. So there are plenty of other tips that I could give you guys for when it comes to eating out. I would prioritize like a lean protein source for your main option. You're almost always going to be able to go somewhere and get a grilled steak or a grilled chicken breast and be able to get either rice or a dry baked potato. I can't think of any place. You can go to most like local diners and stuff and you can get a grilled chicken sandwich or something with either fresh fruit as a side or a dry baked potato. You can go to the fanciest like steakhouses in the world and you can get fairly clean food, mashed potatoes or a dry baked potato with a grilled steak or a grilled chicken breast or something. So there's definitely ways to get it done. You just have to make good choices in the restaurants that you choose. Typically, when we go out to eat, we don't go out to eat to like McDonald's or burger places and stuff like that too often. Obviously, like if we were going to like McDonald's or something tonight, there wouldn't really be a lot of room for me to fit that stuff into my macros. So the restaurant choice is very important, and obviously my girlfriend's also very understanding and supportive of what I do. So that helps definitely. But the restaurant that you choose is important, and then the food selections that you make are important. But most places you'll be able to go and get some sort of a lean grilled protein and be able to get either dry baked potato or rice or fresh fruit or a salad with the dressing on the side as your side and be able to eat relatively clean and relatively healthy when you go out to eat. You just have to have the self-discipline to order correctly. So I have a little room left in my calories. I got about 200 calories or so left for the day, which is not a lot, but I do have some little like treats that we can fit in that, which we will go over in a little bit here before I go to bed. So if you guys have any questions on eating out or anything and want me to get more specific about that, please leave a question in the comments or contact me directly through a DM or an email or something, and I would be happy to give you guys like a more specific or more in-depth answer. But as far as something that's like pretty general that most people can take advice from, it would be to just make a good choice, pick a good restaurant, prioritize your protein. I would always get something that has a good quality protein source. Don't order like mac and cheese, you know what I mean? Like order something that's a good quality source of protein, a piece of meat, preferably chicken, steak, fish, whatever. Just get good quality food. Most places nowadays you can go and you can order pretty clean. Even McDonald's. I was shitting on McDonald's earlier, but you can go to McDonald's and you can get grilled chicken sandwiches with no mayonnaise or butter or whatever it is that they put on. You can literally just get grilled chicken, veggies, and bread. And you could even get apple dippers as a side, you know what I mean? Like you can make it happen. Just prioritize and make good choice. Okay guys, it's time for the sixth meal of the day, and this will be the last one. It's about 9:30 at night or so, and it's been a pretty busy day today. We got a lot of stuff accomplished today, a lot of content filmed and stuff done like that. Almost 15,000 steps today, 14,611. So very, very busy. Like I said, I had 10,000 by like 3 o'clock. And then we went grocery shopping, and then we took the dog out on another walk, so it just kind of accumulated from there. So, like I said earlier, I had about 200 calories or so left to play with, which is not a lot, but we did go to the grocery store tonight, and I did pick these up. These are kind of like my secret weapon when I don't have a lot of calories. So these are the Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurts. I've got 2 of these, so each one of these is 80 calories, 9 grams of carbs, 0 grams of fat, and 12 grams of protein. So we have the lemon meringue, which will be the first one. This is one of my favorite ones. This is a staple. I love lemon stuff. And then this is caramel apple pie, which is one that I have not yet tried. So pretty excited about that. Obviously, both of these together is about 160 calories, 18 carbs, 0 fat, and 24 protein. So it's just enough to get something nice and yummy and sweet in while still being pretty low calorie. These are not something that I regularly eat. Like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, the milk in my first meal is typically the only like calcium that I have in my diet on a daily basis. But these are kind of like what I've been using as my dessert, basically, like when I've been cutting. Like if we go out to eat or something on the weekends, typically when I'm bulking, we'll go out and get like dessert or something with it too. But like when I'm cutting, you know, I can't go to Crumble Cookie and fit a lot of stuff in there or wherever, you know, a bakery or something and get stuff like that. So this is what it is instead, are these. So that is going to be it for today's day of eating. Calories are going to be somewhere around 2,600. I think I have like 295 carb, 45 fat, and 260 something protein somewhere in there. So try to be around 24 to 2,500, but I was kind of okay with letting myself go like 100 over today, especially considering I got almost 5,000 steps over planned. So not really something that I'm too concerned about, honestly, just to go over by 100 calories. So not really worried about it. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get these in and then go to bed, because today's been a pretty busy day. And tomorrow I got to edit this whole video. So tomorrow will be another busy day. Tomorrow's Friday, which is my last check-in day of the week. So my last day of client work. And then I'll have some content work and stuff that I'll have to do. But then tomorrow's Friday. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be headed out to my parents' house for Father's Day, which I'm pretty excited about. So should be a fun little weekend ahead of us. So I am going to go ahead and wrap this one up. If you guys have any questions or anything, then please feel free to let me know in the comments below, or contact me directly with a question through there. I know that you guys typically have enjoyed the full day of eating videos, so hopefully this one, you know, lived up to the hype and did as good as the other ones. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Really, really appreciate it. thanks for taking the time to, watch me eat my food and explain why I eat what I eat. So I will catch you guys on the next video. If you guys are interested for online coaching, any of that stuff, you can check out all the socials and stuff in the description below. But thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I will catch you guys next time. And in the meantime, as always, take care of yourselves, guys.